Cape Wrath Trail, take 2. Obviously I was on it in May and we got to Ullapool, but we decided to pack in. So we had to call it quits, but we're back in September for leg 2 and we just left Ullapool there. Lovely to be back in that place actually. Such a quaint little place, really love it. So we're on with leg 2. Let's get to this lighthouse. Obviously it's September, so we've got much shorter days now. Forecast is not good, to the point where we've got extreme gales, 50 to 60 mile per hour winds in some places and some days. So well, it'll be interesting. Anyway, let's get going. Just happy to be back out and doing it again. All right then, cheers. Yeah, so I'm glad to be back out. I think when I did the fit up to Ullapool in May, it just smashed my knee up. I've always had a bad knee anyway, since the military days. But I think at 52, it just, if it was all the scrambling, really took it out. It's not really going to be in bits again as we push along this. And also last month I had a bit of a health scare with the old heart. But hopefully that's all been cleared now, so good to go. So I'm going to make the most of this sunshine because the forecast is deteriorating quite rapidly. Severe gales, wind, rain, hail, maybe a tropical storm as well, God knows. So we'll have to be quite careful. We'll also have to be sensible with the route selection if the rains do come with some of the river crossings later. But all them issues are further down the line. For the moment we've got this easy little stretch leaving Ullapool, heading up to Oykell Bridge. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as that. I might stop off a few k's short at the Schoolhouse Bothy, but we'll make them decisions later. We've got shorter days, so it's beautiful weather though. But it's real. I was at work the last 2 weeks during the heat wave, and then literally overnight it's just changed. Perfect weather for walking this. Long may it continue, he says, hopefully. Stunning, isn't it? We just come up to now Loch Ailsh, Ailsh, A-C-H-A-L-L, Ailsh or Ailsh. We'll follow this. I think we're still on this decent 4x4, even roadish type track. Follow this on this shoreline for about 3 kilometres. Stunning weather. I know it's turning within 24 hours, so what you can do at moments like this when the going's easy and the weather is beautiful is just to enjoy it. but the loch looks like a mirror. Really is wondrous. Anyway, let's keep going. Now at the end of Loch Ailsh, we're continuing this way. As the forecast said, we got blue sky over Ullapool way, so it was a lovely walk across, and now you can see it's beginning to clump together. So the rain that was forecast will be incoming soon, but this has been like a mirror. Really has been super enjoyable. And just down there is the boathouse that I videoed, that everyone else seems to video as well. But really enjoyable stretch that coming out from Ullapool. Really enjoyed it. Just a while back, that white building, I think it's an estate, Bothy. Can't remember the name, but it'll appear somewhere around here now. I'll have to check the guidebook later. I know down here, quite a way away still, we come to what one calls the Schoolhouse. I might stay there tonight, because then after that you've got another little section that on the map seems to go through woods, but it might be the cut down stuff, but it'll still mean there's nowhere really to pitch until you get to Rockall Bridge, and again that's not brilliant. So depending on the weather, I might stop at the Schoolhouse Bothy tonight, have a go in, or camp around it. We're still on a 4x4 track, heading up there somewhere, I think, into the Clag. But it's an easy going day today. Well, for my first day, but if this had been like day 10, which it would have been, after a bit of R&R and Ullapool, it's good on the old legs, but it's a nice little stretch. Temperature's gone down a couple of degrees now, because you kind of cross the line from blue sky into this grey stuff. And so that's the plan, to get to the Schoolhouse Bothy, further down the trail, and we'll make a decision from there. Or we might stop off before. It's all weather dependent really, isn't it? Sorry, I'm just looking at see if I can see any fish. Anyway, I'm waffling. Let's keep going. We're about 12.5 kilometres from Ullapool, coming this way. Loads of lovely places to camp along here by the river. Super flat grass. Beautiful spot. So depending on your itinerary, if you were pushing through Ullapool or just stopping off there for the famous fish and chips, which I highly recommend you do, and getting some bits and bobs from the shops there, because there's a Tesco's and everything. You want to push an extra couple of kilometres, but not, you know, go all the way to the schoolhouse. Perfect place to stay here. Idyllic. Anyway, let's keep going. Now coming up to Loch Ailsh on a 4x4. After a bit of a hilly bit of work, should level out alongside it. And then I think it's Loch Ailsh just on the far side of this loch, or this loching. That's where there's a bothy that's open for use. So I'm going to have a stop off before I get there, because it's coming up to midday now, or just past. Been going 4 hours. Well, beautiful sight. I just hate walking alongside the water features because it seems like you're getting nowhere. But we're back onto this sort of track now. Little bothy, Loch Ailsh I think it's called. Knockdown, there you go. So I think take the rucksack off and we'll have a brew. So Knockdown Bothy, overlooking the loch itself. Quite nice in there. I feel like the old visitor's book. Just had a chill out. And we continue. Definitely got a chill in here now though. So while I was sat in the bothy there, I come up with yet another plan. It's constantly evolving. And I had a semi-firm itinerary, but I knew it would always change and actually get boots on the ground, so to speak. Now, I think I've alluded to where we're heading for is Oykell Bridge, not the Bridge of Orkney. That was the West Island Way, and I drove past that the other night. That was on my mind for some reason. And most people do this leg from Ullapool to Oykell Bridge, but I know it's a bit naff round there for camping and stuff like that. And it's a 20-mile day doing that, or 19-20 mile a day according to the old guidebook. Now I've got 7 days to do this, and it's really 6 days walking, because I want to have a day spare just in case my knee packed in or something like that again. But what I've decided to do is use the 7 days and make the days a bit shorter. Just no great shakes. It means, all being well, Friday morning get up to hit the Cape Wrath lighthouse, then get the minibus to Durness, overnight in Durness for the bus leaving Durness at 8:05 on Saturday morning. That's the time of the bus. So that was my spare day. Friday was my spare day. So I'm going to use every day, but go a bit shorter. So where I'm heading for now is to Schoolhouse Bothy. And depending if it's got people in there or what, I might stay there tonight. Because then you've got a wooded feature, according to the map anyway, which if it is tracked through like the woods, it's all hard standing. And then you've got Oykell Bridge itself. So that's the plan, bit long-winded. 7. Even though we're on a 4x4 track, the last couple of kilometres has been like this. The Cape Raft loves you going through them bogs. And of course, if you go around the sides, it's just as bad. Oh, it doesn't like you being dry, put it that way. Anyway, let's keep going. Looking down the distance, I think that white building there, that's the Schoolhouse Bothy. Then you hit the wood I was on about, and over the side of that is Oykell Bridge. That's a couple of K away. So I think I'm going to, well, we'll get to this Bothy and we'll make our mind up what we're going to do next. Schoolhouse Bothy. How cool's this? It's one of the better ones, isn't it? Cleaner. Oh yeah, a lot cleaner. Sport for choice. It's this one, just a little room. That's nice. I think I'll go for in here though. There's a car outside, so I was worried that people were in here, but I think they're out riding the bikes. Anyway, Schoolhouse Bothy. That's all sort of the School Bothy have changed route. This one's got a bit more light. Been down the stream, good wash, good chill out, got my water. It's just nice just to relax. Instead of just tabbing all the time, so shorter days might be my way forward. What we're going to do now is map time, then we're going to have a relax, I think. Stuff in the wind drying, watch a few films, then have my dinner. Alright then. Nice to be able to just chill out and relax. Anyway, with peppermint tea, my heart issues that I had, it's nothing to worry about, but I've got to cut back on the old caffeine. So we're on peppermint tea. Well, that's that time at the school desk. Pretty simple one today. Right, we started off at Ullapool, and most people will go through there when they're doing it, either stay there, have a little break. My break ended up being 3-4 months with an injury, but Ullapool's a good place if you need to extract from to get to Inverness, so on and so forth. Anyway, pick up the top end of Ullapool, you pick up the road and you get to, I think it's Ullapool Bridge, around here, and then you end up going past a quarry on a great 4x4, super easy going, and then you come overlooking Loch Ailsh. And then this is basically a road, a dirt track road, but something you can take your car on, no problems. Till you get to, was it River Oykell? And that's where you've got that nice little boathouse that everyone seems to video, including myself. So you can then continue along this lovely, easy-going road. That's where I stopped off thinking, I think that's an estate Bothy, but I'm not too sure. But then you continue all the way, easy going,
until you get to Ridrock Old Lodge, and this is where, like drawing a line in the sand, the road, easy road goes, and that usual track that you've all come across and know with the, if it's a 4x4 it's boggy. Anyway, bit climb here, up and down, up and down, up and down, until you look over Loch Ailsh. Again, you just follow it along till you actually hit the loch and keep going till you get to that bothy there. Knock down for we had a nose round there. Let me turn now, we can just move up the page. So we continue, stayed there for about 20 minutes. Again, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's a river crossing around here somewhere, but it wasn't in Spate. I think it's there. But you just tiptoe through it, and then we've come round now to the schoolhouse. I didn't want to push on to Oykell Bridge there because there's not many places to camp. I didn't want to get stuck in these woods. Plus, I wanted to cut down my mileage because I said I'm trying to do this second phase in 7 days, giving that a rest as much as possible. So instead of smashing it, I just, I got to here. I've got no signal, but it's over 23, 24k. I think it's about 17 miles to the school bridge. I'll know more at the end of this video. If this is the last video of the day, but the end of day 1, leg 2 will be the distance anyway. So I've been down the stream and everything. So tomorrow we're going to push the Oykell Bridge, and I'm just having a quick read of the guidebook and just try and work out some possible camping locations. Again, on shorter distances and not where many people have been before, the usual spots that you see. Anyway, super relaxed. Sorry about the hand in front of the camera. It's 4:15. It does get dark earlier now, so I'm going to watch a film, have this brew, have some dinner, and then just relax for the evening. All right, then. I might see you later, I might not. Good morning to day 2 of leg 2 of the Cape Wrath. Good night in Schoolhouse Bothy last night. Because you're on this track here, people could drive there, so 2 people turned up. They were out mountain biking, but I slept well, and it was a really clear night last night when I went out, tried to get a look at the stars. It's a muggy morning now, or cold morning with mist, but hopefully that'll burn out shortly. We'll burn it away. Forecast is decent for the morning, then we're due rain. So we're just on this track now, heading towards Oykell Bridge, and there's not much there. There's a hotel, and because it's Sunday and I've just left, it's 8 o'clock. I'm hoping I might be able to get in there and jump on Wi-Fi, mainly to see the football scores from yesterday. Anyway, day 2. I'm not sure where I'm going to be camping, but I think the next place is Indichamp, something like that anyway. I'm hoping to camp just before there. As I said yesterday, I've made this now 7 days, which allows me, my old body, my bad knee, to do shorter legs. We've got blue sky hopefully starting to appear there now, but it's a chilly one compared to the heat wave we had last week. Anyway, day 2, leg 2, let's go. So just past Schoolhouse Bothy, a couple 100 metres. The track enters this wood. According to my route planner, it should be a gentle descent, but that never seems to be true to form. But this will take us to Oykell Bridge, and I'll be looking for camping spots in here, but this is why I stopped short. I said in the guidebook, the legs from Ullapool, or one of the legs you can do is Ullapool to Oykell Bridge, which in the guidebook says 18.5, 19 miles. and most people see on YouTube that's what it works out about. I mean, it's not a tough leg because you're on 4x4s, but as I said, I'm just trying to make it shorter days, and I don't want to push into the wood in case it was just like this. So I was quite happy staying that Bothy, one of the better ones, even though it's accessible from Oykell Bridge, people along this 4x4. Anyway, let's bimble along this track, get to Oykell Bridge, see if the hotel's open, but it's only about 8:15 on Sunday, so I'm not speeding to get there, because I really want to jump on Wi-Fi mainly, just see footy results. And I checked in with people via Garmin last night, but I didn't get any responses, so it's just that sort of admin I need to do really. Anyway, make the most of walks like this, or legs like this, when you can just relax. Okay then. Just over 4 k's now from Schoolhouse Bothy, still on this track, starting to go downhill slowly. However, my phone, I just thought I'd chance it with my phone, so I took it off aeroplane mode, and over the last 5 minutes messages have just started to come in, and Liverpool 131. I think you can hear it beeping away there, so that's cool, because I don't think I'll get into this hotel because it's a Sunday as well. It'll be early. Well, it's just gone now, about 9:10 in the morning now, so I don't know, but we'll stop there anyway. But I just managed to send a message or two, and hopefully they'll get sent away. But I think we're starting to descend now, down towards Oykell Bridge. Okay then. Just coming out of the track now, towards Oykell Bridge and Sign of Humans, which is pretty cool. Whether the hotel's open or not, so from Schoolhouse Bothy to here, it's about 6.2k. Look at that. Clouds begin to hopefully burn off. Isn't that lovely? I mean, what a place, what a view from they've got there. Stunning. Anyway, let's get to the hotel, and we'll just chill out there for a bit anyway. Nice. So there we've got Oykell Bridge, with Oykell River. We're going to cross the bridge and pick up another little track, I think, which takes us along like the salmon fishing pegs, you call them, I think. That's meant to be a nice walk as well. This is meant to be the best river, one of the best rivers, according to the guidebook, for salmon fishing. So there's the river itself. There she goes. So just through the trees there's the hotel. You got the main bridge there, and you got this pack horse bridge here. Cracking little camping spots just in here. If you're going to come all the way up to here and camp, it's the only decent place I managed to find. Unless you're going to book yourself into the hotel, which is open, but I don't think anything starts there till 12. So we're just going to take 10-15 here, then we're going to push on.
So when you get to Oykell, cross the little pack horse bridge that was on, it'll drop you onto this, and we're on this for a bit. Then the guidebook says you come to a ruin and you do a right climb uphill and pick up another track, but most people have seen, and on the map it's got a little footpath that continues. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Either work a bit and get up to another 4x4 or just stay down by the river. Sun's come out, but I'm only expecting to be here for a few hours. Again, easy going tracks for now. It's getting a bit, it'll get a bit harder a couple of k's down the way. Right, we've just been following the River Oykell. That white building you see down in the foreground, I've left the camera up, is Lubcrow Lodge, I think. And while we've had a phone signal, on that hill just up there, big dirty phone mast. I think in the guidebook it said you come across like little salmon fishing huts where the fishermen stay, and I think we dropped down towards the river in a bit, so I don't know if they're down there or if I've missed them. But I was looking for them and didn't see him, so they might be further on down here. But I was under the impression you come across him straight after you got to Oykell Bridge. Maybe not. Anyway, we're still pushing along this. When I was on about the pegs before, unless these are them, and I was expecting something more grander and it just takes you down to the river there. I really don't know. I was expecting huts and everything. Maybe they're further down. I'm obsessed by them anyway. Just taking 5 minutes now before we crack on. You can see the main road there, that comes from the Oykell Bridge, and then that heads all the way up there. Is it in the Champf we're heading for next? Not too sure, I think it is. I think that's how you say it, in the Champf, in Champf. So you can see a couple of motors there now. They look like classic cars, them all. It's a nice day, but the rain's due. I think you can see it all building up over there. So we'll take 5 and let's get as far as we can before it comes in. I guess they're the huts. I did see a few on the way up, but they're on the far side. But that's the first one, a picnic bench as well, if you want to have a chill out there. You could follow that path because I think it just meets here again. But I'm just trying to get back on really because the rain's coming behind me, as you can see the black clouds gathering. And because we've got that mass, I just update the weather forecast for the next 24 hours and it's just rain. Anyway, let's go. Again, still on the River Oykell, one of them little fishing huts. There's no lock on it, doesn't say keep out, it's like a little bothy. So we'll take 5 in here, I think. See if this rain passes over. So we're now alongside Loch Ailsh, but how do you spell it? A-I-L-S-H, so Ailsh we're calling it. And I think we hit this estate road now. Can't remember the name of the lodge up there, the estate lodge, but I'll
show you when we get there. Then I think we get to the end of the loch, start going round that way. I think anyway, we'll take 15 here now, chill out. Coming to the end of Loch Ailsh now. I was thinking, just through an idea myself to, I think last night looking at the map, to camp up here. But you've got Benmore Lodge, which I don't know which one of these is, but it doesn't show all these houses. So you've got that large new build type over there. And you've got one behind the trees, 4, I think another one. I was going to pitch up there because I'm only a couple of k's short of where I planned on the map. And I don't want to start pushing into the high ground, really, if I can help it. I want to do that tomorrow. But that would have been a perfect place to camp, wouldn't it? Minus these houses. Anyway. Still pretty. Been on like a state road since I last seen you. And really the rain's kind of, I don't want to talk about it. Super black clouds everywhere, but where we are it seems to have held off again. So let's continue. I think these properties are lived in. There seems to be some wildlife down there, like a rabbit cage there. And I've seen one car parked up. What a place to live though, what a view. That's me all set up. I was planning to camp, well, I planned on the map a couple 100 metres up there. But this was as good a spot as any. Bar the mosquitoes. The jungle repellent stuff doesn't seem to be working. So I'm set up now, bar the inside. What I'm going to do is get inside, have a quick wash, and then just get out of there, get inside the tent and try and hopefully the mosquitoes will die down. Anyway, I'll show you where I am later on the map. But that's where we are. And then tomorrow, follow this track till it disappears. Then we're back into the non-existent tracks. And then is it across to Indeshamp? Something like it's called like that. I think we're going that way. But that's tomorrow. This is tonight. In the tent now. It's only 4:30, but I just didn't want to leave this spot because I said I'd only planned to go a couple of metres up the road. Because I'm doing shorter legs, that's just hard to get used to. I think I didn't need to take a lot more breaks during the day instead of like 5 minutes and then going again. Anyway, I'm in the tent because it's very mosquito, obviously by water. Loads of mozzies about, so I decided, just got the shorts on, air in the feet. So I'll do map time. I've got a brewing. We'll do map time now and then I can crack on with my evening. This shouldn't take long, it's a pretty straightforward day. So I started off at the schoolhouse just there. And then this is easy 4x4 track, super easy. Just through the woods, nice and chilled out. And then it comes out the bottom, come past a couple of houses, hit a little road. And then you've got the hotel there at Oykell Bridge. You've got I crossed on the Packhorse Bridge. And that's where there's a lovely little camp spot if you got down to there. Hotel was open, I didn't go in because it was Sunday and I couldn't see anything for prices or timings, and obviously I didn't have a signal to Google. But that's an option. But there's a good camp spot basically just on the junction. But all this super easy going. A lot of map flipping to get onto number 7. So there we are back at Oykell Bridge. Again, super easy track all the way. You come through this farm here, and I was looking in the guy. I was expecting all these wooden like shelters and fishing things to be along here, but they weren't. They were further up here. So again, pretty easy going, really. Nothing really to report about. And when you get to here, where are we? Yeah, when we get to here, I just stayed on this track here The guidebook was on about a ruin here. I saw a wall, but I didn't see anything else. This is an easy track. That's the hut that I went in, I think. I think that's it there, just past there. So the route actually tells you to go up this way. I couldn't see anything going up this way. All this was getting wood cleared. So I just stayed onto here. And basically when you get past that hut, the track kind of disappears into a boggy track that you'll be familiar with. And you just follow that around. Some cracking camping spots along here, but super mosquito-y. And then here is where I've seen the first sign for a local sign for the Cape Wrath route, because this little path goes round this way, but it kind of guided you up to here to a bridge, and then that dropped you down to Loch Ailsh. You come onto a little estate road, little minor estate road, but fully tarmac, so that's easy going. I was thinking about camping around here, but obviously once I got here, I actually didn't. There's not just one lodge, there's a group of them, 3-4 white houses and the big one on the hill. So again, I just followed it round here, easy going again, if not a bit squelchy. Let's move on to number 8, pick it up again. So we've gone round the lodge. It gets a bit muddy round here, and then you get to this junction here where there's a little bridge. And basically that's where I was planning to go, because the track disappears here as we head over to Indaanf tomorrow. And I didn't fancy going because I thought it'd be a lot windy and what it is, but it is picking up. And obviously as you get up here, the track starts disappearing. So I boxed this little area off here to be next to the river, but I'm really just there. That's where I am now, pitched up. And tomorrow I'm going to work it out now. We're heading all this way over to Indaanf. That's the normal leg in the guidebook from Oykell Bridge, and then I've got to head off somewhere this way, or I might do a bit of road walking. All depends how the knee is. That's map time anyway. Cheers.